Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Monday to you guys. I wanted to come back to you guys with another video, and this is like a part two of my Kanye West video from yesterday. So as I told you guys, I watched the entire rally of Kanye West, and of course, the parts that stood out, of course, was like the Harriet Tubman, when he said that basically Harriet Tubman actually didn't free slaves without putting any context behind what he said. And then, of course, Twitter attempted to coddle and explain away what he actually meant, and it was still bullshit. It was still bullshit, no matter how they tried to explain it away. I also found myself attempting to, I guess, diagnose him, not really knowing if he was indeed having a manic episode, but it looked familiar to me, which is why I said that he was having a manic episode, especially since he himself has said that he does have bipolar disorder and that he does not take his medications. But that is simply no excuse for the bullshit that came out of his mouth. And we as the Black community can't coddle this man at all. We cannot coddle him. We need to hold him responsible because he has a large platform and he is able to use that platform to spew misinformation, okay, and spew garbage. And we can't keep saying, well, he lost his mom and that's why this and that's why that. Well, you know, a lot of us lost our parents, and so we can't keep using the same excuses. But what brought me back to do another video was another clip that has been making its rounds on social media. So you guys have seen already the Harriet Tubman clip. You've also seen the clip of him crying like a helpless white woman, right? He was crying hysterically, talking about abortion. But there's another clip that truly disturbed me. And that was a clip of him berating this young Black woman in the audience. She had a mask on her face and he berated her to no end. And I want to go ahead and show you this clip if you haven't seen it, because it is absolutely important to see how he treated her. And I'm going to also show you this woman. She explains what happened and the contrast of how he treated a white woman at the same rally. So go ahead and watch this quick clip of how he spoke to this woman right here. Take a look, guys.
You doing what the guy did to me at TMC. Do you want to be that same person? And your face is covered so we don't even know who you are.
So we saw this clip trending. I saw this clip and I thought he was like talking about her having a mask on, and he just stormed off, and it had no context to it, right? We had no idea why he was berating this woman, and you could hear the audience jeering. I don't know if they were jeering at her. I don't know if they were jeering at him. It's hard to tell. But Aisha, her name is Aisha, she took to her social media and she said, here's some context for that video and enjoy this thread of ignorant comments Kanye said today at the rally in North Charleston. Okay. And so go ahead and watch this and watch her explain what happened, guys.
Hey y'all, it's Aisha, the girl who was getting yelled at by Kanye at the Kanye West rally today in North Charleston. He allowed people to come on stage to ask questions. I was one of those people selected. We went up there. He let numerous people go before me. And at the last 5 minutes, he allowed me to ask my question on gun reform, in which he did not answer. He just spewed out random facts and bragged about himself. And then after that, he started to go on a rant, and he started saying very incorrect facts to his crowd. And I kept interrupting him and shouting over him the correct facts, because he has a large platform and he shouldn't be saying incorrect things to people who look up to him. And then he stopped. He put the spotlight on me, and then he interrogated me in front of everyone for interrupting him, even though 5 minutes earlier, a white girl did the same thing, and he caught her on stage, gave her a hug and everything. And basically, once he kicked me off of stage after that, he then called me a sister soldier. And then he continued to say, I wanted Wakanda, not America. And he kind of just talked badly about Black women. So please don't vote for Kanye West, because he's just not qualified, y'all. And he just ain't it.
So, Sister Souljah, huh? Interesting. Interesting indeed. Anyway, I'm now going to show you what prompted his response to her. And this is the part of her asking the questions. Okay, go ahead and take a look at this.
Communities are disproportionately affected by gun violence. Okay, Aisha's comment is on gun violence in the United States. I live on a 4,000-acre ranch, and I could shoot AR-15s all day, facts, without going to jail. And it feels weird because I grew up in Chicago, where if you use one of the guns that were strategically placed in your community for you to get locked up, you will end up going to jail. I was talking to a fellow billionaire, and he talked about...
Whoa! You gotta point that out.
No, I didn't want to use his name. Use his name. Hey, girl, I told you I ain't gonna use his name. Then you told me use his name. You think I work for you?
So she said, he yelled at me as if I was a toddler for interrupting him with correct facts. A white girl did the same thing literally 10 minutes earlier, and he hugged her and called her brave for speaking out and speaking the truth. I like how Aisha quickly put that mask up on her face because she saw Kanye ass spitting. So this is the white girl she is referring to. And watch how he acts with this white girl right here and how he asks for a hug and calls her brave, basically. Take a look at this, guys.
Yes.
How do you feel at the end of your
I feel fine. I feel fine.
Can I have a hug?
Yeah!
Wow! Yeah!
That was amazing. That was great.
This woman was sent.
So as you can see, Aisha was asking questions. She was pushing back also on some of the stuff that he was saying on stage, which was factually incorrect. And he called her Sister Souljah. But with the white girl, he treated her with respect.
You ain't what the guy did to me at TMC. Do you want to be that same person? And your face is covered, so we don't even know who you are.
Look at his aggression towards her as opposed to how he treated the white girl, which according to Aisha also challenged him on some of the stuff that he was saying, because a lot of the stuff that he was saying last night was factually incorrect, even with the whole Harriet Tubman thing, right? Like I told you earlier, people were trying to explain away what he meant. He actually meant this and he actually meant that. And I told y'all last night, I told you yesterday, I said, listen, if he is going to involve himself in the political space, God damn it, he needs to be able to articulate himself. But he meant what he said. Okay? He said what he said and he meant what he said. So there's no explaining that away. But when she attempted to push back on what he was spewing, he treated her with disdain. But with the white girl, he called her brave for questioning him and pushing back on some of the stuff that he said. And I am frankly getting tired of this bullshit. If Kanye West had bothered to open a book or to try to even immerse himself in a political education, he would understand the reason why Black people had to go work for whites in the antebellum South or after Harriet Tubman freed them. What else were they going to do? Even when Blacks opened and ran businesses back then, they were burned to the ground by white people. So he is not correct in what he was saying. Okay? He was not factually correct in what he was saying. He was spouting a whole bunch of bullshit. And I am tired of hearing this whole, well, you know, he lost his mom and everything like that. Like other people don't lose moms. Is Kanye West literally the only person in the world that's ever lost a parent? Please help me understand that. And furthermore, knowing what his mother died from, a cosmetic procedure, goes on to marry a woman who gets multiple cosmetic procedures. So make it make sense. That argument isn't valid at this point to keep saying, well, you know, he lost his mom and he lost his mom and he lost his mom, just to go off and marry a woman who does the same thing. That's how his mama lost her life. You know, y'all may not want to hear it, but it's true. Okay? And then they use the whole old trope, Sister Souljah. You do know that white men have used that trope, same trope, to describe what they consider aggressive black women for years. Have we not heard them say that to Michelle Obama? That's how they described her, calling her militant. She's aggressive. He's using the same anti-black rhetoric that these white people use all the time. And he sat there and he called that woman Sister Souljah. But he sat there and hugged the white woman and called her brave. And Trey Songz was one of the few people that actually called him out. He been on one. He called him a goofy. It's like, you know, what the hell is going on? Why, you know, whoever got his number need to call him. I'm so confused. So Trey Songz called him out. 50 Cent, of course, in his usual way, thought it was funny, like he always do everything, right? When Meg got shot, he made little jokey jokes about that. He keeps tagging his little his whatever he got, 50 Cent, he keep tagging all these little, his brands. He keeps tagging his brands on the same shit. But at least I feel like Trey Songz, I appreciate the fact that Trey Songz been calling out a few people. Chris Brown did a post and delete this morning in which he said that this was a distraction. But again, he quickly deleted it. And I was asking myself, well, why would he delete it? And then I thought to myself, well, one of the questions I asked when I did the Lil Wayne and 50 Cent video was, why are these black artists, these black men in particular, so quiet when it comes to protecting black women and speaking up for black women? And that's just because they have no room to talk. They have no room to correct Kanye West when they too participate in the same kind of stuff. Looks different, but they participate in the same bullshit. Did Snoop Dogg just recently post a meme of a black woman, a before and after her with makeup on, and had this woman trending and had people making fun of this woman? Did he not call Gail a dusty black bitch or something like that? Did he not do all of that stuff? Where are all these black men that love to where T.I. at? Or is T.I. gonna come out today and challenge Kanye West to a versus battle instead of calling him out for the bullshit that he said? It'd be crickets, man, when it comes to protecting black women. But let a black woman had done this. Let a black woman had said any of this. People were still making fun of Nicki Minaj when she was talking about she actually was saying something positive about Harriet Tubman. And all you hear is "to freedom." Remember, you might remember that little clip on her radio, on Queen Radio, but she was saying that, you know, Harriet Tubman didn't walk around with no dressing, no crown and stuff like that. She was bad. She was standing up for people that wouldn't even stand up for themselves right now. She was standing up for the very men that wouldn't do shit for us right now. That's basically what she was saying. And people make fun of her about that whole little clip. But Kanye West can get on stage and disrespect Harriet Tubman. But the minute a black woman does something that people don't like, they call her all kinds of dusty, rusty bitches and hoes and all this other stuff. It's maddening to me. It's maddening to me. And that's why I had to come back, because I'm just thinking to myself, I had to listen back to what I said last night. And I even in the midst of trying to call him out, was also coddling him in the moment by saying, oh, well, you know, he's having a manic episode and stuff like that. Listen, that's not to say that he wasn't. But he was clearly aware of calling this woman and using the old trope Sister Souljah, but when the white woman came along, he wanted a hug from her. So no matter how manic he may have been acting last night, he was clearly cognizant of who he was in front of. He was clearly aware of how he was treating the black woman and his disdain for her. And then the white woman, she was brave. His mental illness does not excuse his anti-black sentiment. All right? It doesn't excuse it. And I'm tired of the excuses over and over and over, hearing about the fact that, oh, well, we need to pray for him. I'm saving my prayers. I'm saving my prayers. I'm so sorry. I will not pray for him. Don't ask me to. Y'all can pray for him, but I will not pray for him. There are other people out there that could certainly use prayers. You know what? There are people out there that have no money, and they wish that they could get the kind of health care that Kanye West can easily afford to take care of their own mental illness and stuff like that. They have to decide if they're going to be able to afford their their medication for whatever disorder they may have. This man could easily go in there and get help and be treated, but he chooses not to. So I'm not going to pray for him. I'm going to pray for the people that actually need the prayers, because he certainly isn't one of them, not in my opinion. So I wanted to come back to you guys because I wanted to show you that clip, and I wanted to show you basically what happened for him to set him off like that. But the fact that it was a black woman that he berated like that, simply because she asked a question. Simply because he automatically assigned her as combative. And I'm tired of it, guys. I am absolutely tired of it. So anyway, here is my email. This is my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you are on Twitter. And this is my Cash App. But if you see ads on the channel, just support it. If you see it, just watch the ad, and that'll help as well. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. I got to get started with work. So anyway, I will see you guys on the next video. And like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye.